You know. And My Heart Will Go On, James Horner and Will Jennings.
Any doubt on what's going to win? Mr. Farrakhan, I'm not trying to put words in your mouth.
I'll tell you, though, if I can use the term verklempt from our Jewish friends, I was verklempt at Titanic.
You saw it.
I saw it. Of course I saw it. I'm a very large buff of the movies.
And you liked it.
I enjoyed it greatly.
There weren't any African Americans in that movie that I can remember.
It was my second favorite ship in trouble movie of the year, if you know what I mean,
Okay.
Garry Meiers.
Amistad being number one.
Of course. All right, so can we put you down for Titanic there? Because Celine Dion, you know she's gonna just rack up. By the way, I want to mention something, Gary. I was in the bathroom when you mentioned that the little purses at the Oscars.
Yeah, little purses. That's all they have.
Streisand has a big purse. She's got one of those big arm,
shoulder purses.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Big enough for what?
For an Uzi.
Is she going to show up? She's
Oh, I
snubbed
think-
so often.
Oh,
I
I
just
think
can't
she's
stand it
showing up.
anymore. Gee, she should have. Well, I shouldn't say that, but she should have gotten it for Yentl. Prince of Tides. Oh, jeez.
She's got to show up to be necking with her leg over James Brolin in the front row.
Yeah.
Dry humping him.
There's going to be soul kissing the
They'll
whole
be carrying
time.
one of those batteries that he endorses.
All right, I'm going with Titanic. All right, sound effects editing. Do you like Face Off, The Fifth Element, or Titanic?
Sound editing?
Sound editing.
I haven't seen Face Off.
That's excellent, by
Is
the
it?
way. Yeah, in terms of sound editing.
You actually noticed that?
Yeah, no,
That's
it is.
great.
You know
yeah,
what?
sure.
No, it is, because there is, if you see the movie, you know what I mean. It's all about stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's got all this sort of disconnected
But you have
stuff.
to admit, when the Titanic is breaking up underwater, you felt like you were there.
Those rivets popping and
Sure.
the body's hitting the railings. When the body hits the first body hits the railing, that's the best sound effect I've ever heard.
Sound effects, yeah, that's true. That would be sound effects editing.
Boy, that's a tough one, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Titanic will win at least 11 Oscars
I am
tonight.
going with The Fifth Element, because anything that Bruno Willis is in is my favorite movie.
Who?
Bruno. That's what his friends call him.
Oh, okay.
Let's see. Sound would be Air Force One, Con Air, Contact, LA Confidential, or Titanic. Well, Contact I liked a lot, but that was a Barry Levinson film, wasn't it? Or no, I'm sorry. It was another Jew. Who was it? It was the guy who did Forrest Gump. What is his name?
Zemeckis?
Zemeckis. He's a Jew. I'm not going for that.
Titanic will win that.
I'll go with Titanic.
Air
Force One had
Cameron Jewish.
Air Force One I haven't seen. Have you seen?
Yeah, the roar of the jet engines. I like
Yeah,
that. Gives
that's
you
good.
chills down your spine.
Yeah,
Roaring
it's
jets.
good. It's
Roaring
good.
jets and gunshots.
All right, cinematography. You got Amistad, Kundun, LA Confidential, Titanic, and The Wings of a Dove. Well, you know where I'm going on that.
Titanic. Right?
Oh, don't even kid.
Oh,
with a kid.
Amistad. I'm sorry. Yeah. Amistad for you.
I like Kundun myself. I didn't see it, but but you know what? It looks like it's beautiful.
Because you know somebody's going to mispronounce it.
Right.
And it's going to be pretty funny.
All right, art direction is Gattaca, Kundun. How do you pronounce that? I believe it's Kundun. LA Confidential, Titanic, and art direction is Gattaca, Kundun, LA Confidential, Men in Black, and Titanic.
Titanic.
Men in Black. That Will Smith can bust a move. I'm going with Gattaca there.
Gattaca.
What is
I don't even know what the hell it is.
Gattaca.
I'm going with it.
Gattaca.
No, that's Attica.
All right, screenplay based on material previously produced or published.
Well, everything's stolen in Hollywood,
So this would be Donnie Brasco. It would be Paul Atanasio for Donnie Brasco, Brian Hegland and Curtis Hanson for LA Confidential, Adam McGoyan for The Sweet Hereafter, Hillary Henkin and David Mamet for Wag the Dog.
Notice how Roe knows all these people?
Right there. Mencken. How many names? Did they say Mencken again?
Yes,
No,
that's another Mencken mention.
Is it Henkin? It's Hillary
Henkin.
Henkin. Yeah. And Hossein Amini for The Wings of a Dove. What is this, The Wings of a Dove? Anybody know?
Never
what
heard
is
of
that
it.
movie?
I go to every movie that's out there.
I have not seen that either, but I'm looking forward to it. Big buff.
We have to correct something, I believe, before we go on. Gina's on 591-8900. Gina,
Hello?
you're on WR.
Gentlemen, Reverend Farrakhan, I hate to correct you, but Mr. Zemeckis is a South Side Catholic boy.
Catholic?
Yes,
South Side?
Yes.
South Side, Roseland.
He's not Jewish?
No, he's not, sir.
Well, then I'm voting for him.
You stand corrected.
Thank you very much,
You're more
Gina.
than
Yeah, he's
welcome.
one of Chicago's very own.
Yes, he
All
is.
right, well, let's go for him then. I'm with the whatever the minister likes. I'm with. I'm down with the minister. Well, thank you very much, Rokan.
We had
even though I
John
hate your
McNaughton,
guts.
the director of Wild Things, in the studio last week,
Yes.
and he told us, I believe it was off the air. Sometimes it's hard to tell because I don't know when the light's on or off in my head. He
It's
said
always
that
off in your head.
Zemeckis, under Spielberg, is the top-grossing director of all time.
Yeah,
Chicago's very
yeah,
own.
sure.
Huh?
Yeah, because he's got the Back to the Future movies under his belt.
Forrest Gump.
And Forrest Gump. That alone, right there, boom. But you know who else is Chicago boy is right up there in that list? Don't say boy. Is John Hughes.
John Hughes.
John Hughes is right behind there because of the, in terms of produced and directed, because he's got all of the
Home Alone.
Home Alone movies. I never liked those movies. They took place on the North Shore. I always get pulled over on the North Shore.
You're going up to visit Mr. T? Is that why you're up there?
Sometimes
Yeah.
I go up to minister to him. You know, he's been ill.
That's what I've heard.
And as soon as I get to Kenilworth, I get pulled over. Now, what is that? All right, let's see here. The screenplay written or directed directly for the screen. Mark Andrus and James L. Brooks for As Good as It Gets. Paul Thomas Anderson for Boogie Nights. Woody Allen for Deconstructing Harry. Don't even go there. Simon and Beaufoy. Oh, I'm sorry, Simon Beaufoy.
Simon and Beaufoy. I love their
Simon
records.
Beaufoy for The Full Monty.
But you're startled by
There's an
that. Is
irony there
your
somewhere.
pick not going to be the Full Monty? Is that what you're saying?
And Ben Affleck and Matt Damon for Good Will Hunting. Whew. Well, I'm going to go with Matt Damon and Ben Affleck, even though I believe Affleck's Jew.
They're not going to win. They're too young.
I got very, very verklempt while watching that movie.
Why?
I like looking at Robin Williams, even though he's a Jew as well, but he's a very hairy man. Talk about a missing link. Have you seen his arms? He is.
Imagine his back.
He is so hairy. He's like a little bonobo gorilla.
Okay. I think, well, I'm high on As Good as It Gets right now.
I think I got to go with the minister on that. I think Good Will Hunting. Those guys got to come away with something. Everybody loved that movie.
Because they're new, they're young.
You got three great movies in this pack here. You got Good Will Hunting, As Good as It Gets, and Titanic. That's tough. I mean, these are three. Any other year, either one, all three of them could. This is 1939 all over
You don't
again.
need any other movies.
Oh, God. Don't you know it, Ro? Can I borrow your Judy Garland CD? The best of.
It's like Gone with the Wind. It's, what was good? 1939 was big. You had Gone with the Wind. You had The Wizard of Oz. And you had what the hell was that? No, not A Wonderful Life. A Wonderful Life. Everybody hated it when it came out. Forget it.
Sound of Music? Casablanca?
You people don't know what I'm talking about. It was that one with Sir Lawrence
Goldfinger?
Sir Lawrence Olivier. No.
Lawrence Arabia?
1939.
Dr. Zhivago?
No. All right,
Was
everybody.
it an Alfred Hitchcock
Forget
movie?
about it.
Sound of Music. Gary's
Psycho?
naming a 1964 movie. You're only 24 years old.
All right.
Burning
Let's go
Fire.
with foreign
Yeah.
film here. Louis Farrakhan movie picks continue on WLS. Let's see. The foreign film Beyond Silence, Germany. Character from the Netherlands. 4 Days in September from Brazil. And Secrets of the Heart from Spain. And The Thief is from Russia.
And who do we see about those? Where do you find those movies?
I'm going with 4 Days in September from Brazil.
And the winner will get up there and put together some bad English.
Yes.
I don't know you are the thank you nipple of the world.
Right.
And that's what it'll be.
Yeah.
And then they always play those people off real fast. The orchestra starts.
They try to rush them off, but they always have a lot to say.
I
You
know.
want to hear
You
from
want them
the
to
director
shut
of the
up.
Titanic. You want to
Yeah.
hear from...
Those people should have a time constraint. Nobody else should have a time
Well,
constraint.
they should just be broadcast back to their homeland.
Right.
It was like closed
They
circuit.
should do that
Yeah, do
before
that
the
off
show.
stage.
Yeah. All right, let's see here. The best director.
Oh, come on.
Peter Cattaneo for The Full Monty. Gus Van Sant for Good Will Hunting. Curtis Hanson, L.A. Confidential. Adam McGoyan for Sweet Hereafter. And James Cameron, Titanic.
Titanic.
Titanic. Let's see here. Supporting actress. You got your Kim Basinger. Now, I like this because it's early on in the show. This happens at 8:05. Supporting actress is Kim Basinger for L.A. Confidential. Joan Cusack for In and Out. Now, this is a question I have. The Cusacks, of course, are from Chicago. Everybody knows that. I often see John at the Bulls games on the television because I don't go myself often. But when I do go, I appreciate the skybox. It's very nice.
All covered in plastic.
And it's nice because they clean the toilet in the skybox before I get
Is that
there.
on loan to you from Mr. Reinsdorf?
I get a skybox.
Huh?
Oh, not Mr. Reinsdorf. And I think you know why. But the thought that I have here is, Cusack, is that Jewish? They are from the North Shore.
I don't know.
I don't think so. I think they're Catholic as well.
Yeah, I think they are.
All right, thank you.
All right, so you're picking
All right,
her.
so In and Out, Minnie Driver, Good Will Hunting, Julianne Moore, and Boogie Nights. Oh, I'm sorry, Boogie Nights, Julianne Moore, Minnie Driver's from Good Will Hunting, and Gloria Stewart, Titanic.
Yeah, they're going to give it to that old woman because what are the chances she'll be up again
Watch out
in
for
her lifetime?
You might be surprised by Boogie Nights.
What do you mean?
You might be surprised. Did you see Julianne Moore in that film?
No, I have not seen that.
She displays it all.
So you're voting for her.
She is quite a number.
Here's quality acting.
But they're going to give. Why would they nominate that old woman unless they're going to give it to her?
Well, they don't.
That's
doesn't
cruel.
go like that.
That's cruel.
Dragging the old biddy out. So
that is just
She
cruel.
could cack right there in the middle of the show.
She'll only get it because she's old if she gets it. I mean, it's
Right.
a good movie, but it wasn't.
Right, I mean,
All
she
right,
didn't knock us out.
Best Supporting Actor Robert Forrester for Jackie Brown.
Haven't seen it.
Oh, he was
Anthony
good.
Hopkins, Amistad. Of course, they give it to the white guy in Amistad. Greg Kinnear for As Good as It Gets. Burt Reynolds in Boogie Nights. And Robin Williams in Good Will Hunting. I'm going with Robin Williams, the Monkey Man.
They'll probably give it to Burt Reynolds because
I think so, too.
I think he might cack, too, the way he's going.
He acts himself in every movie he's ever in. He's always the same
The
guy.
one problem is he ticks.
Yeah, sure.
The
Thank
problem
you.
is he
Thank you,
ticks.
Kevin. Yeah, sure. Yeah,
That's it.
I know.
He's the same guy.
He ticks everybody off. That's his problem.
Well, he's the same guy.
No, because he always complains. I don't know where everybody else went. I was right here.
Right.
No, you weren't. You were sub-zero, baby. Below the radar screen.
Yeah, this is for you, Lonnie. Stick it right here. Yeah, fine.
All right,
Tell him to
more
get over
Louis
Dinah Shore, too, will
Farrakhan
you?
Oscar tips coming up after the...
Can you stay, Mr. Farrakhan, or
I
are you
will
busy?
stay as
Are you
long
having an
as-
Oscar party tonight at the pad?
I am indeed, but everybody must take their shoes off.
Overnight, 23:45 tomorrow, Kim.
Tell us what you think about E's pre-coverage with an hour of Joan Rivers. How's that one?
Joan cuts into everybody for an hour. That's great.
On the Tri-State.
Oh, she's a pig! They could put that on tape because they think she calls everybody a pig.
And the Tri-State.
Thousands of specials throughout the store. That's free Pepsi with a $10 purchase. Plus super specials. Tomorrow Adventure starting at 6 a.m. See store for details.
The leader in News Talk Radio in Chicago. News Talk 89 WLS.
My name is Jack.
Eddie Adams.
Eddie Adams from Torrance.
Yep.
Jack Warner, filmmaker.
Really?
Yeah. I make adult films, exotic pictures.
Okay, he's going to get it for that. Burt Reynolds.
Hey, everybody likes him because he's got the fake hair.
Yeah, sure. It's about time. We are doing Oscar picks with Minister Farrakhan and his interesting spin on things.
This hour being brought to you by Nissan. Here's Bill, very quickly. We were talking about the... hello, Bill.
Hi there.
We're talking about Jews in Hollywood in the last hour because of that thing on...
This
Of
isn't
course
just
you
something
were.
we made up.
No, there was a big thing on A&E last night about it. All right, go ahead.
I believe that.
You believe what?
That there was a big thing on A&E about it because PhDs, I teach college, the PhDs have nothing better to do. I believe that.
Well, they did. What they did is they found a way to. I mean, there's no question that a lot of Jews were instrumental. Jews were instrumental in the guys who were instrumental in building Hollywood were all Jewish. That's the truth.
And our dentists are.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Who would go to a non-Jewish dentist?
Who amongst us?
Unless you get a. You know what? I'll tell you who's the big growth industry in dentists. Indians.
Yeah?
Yeah. Indians. I might consider an Indian dentist.
I don't know.
Well, I would never consider anything but a Jewish dentist.
Gandhi, you're talking about.
I go to nothing but Jewish dentists. That's the only reason I go. But they do have the needle. It does worry me. Anyway, the...
Wizard of Oz.
You were asking about Frankenstein, though. How is it a Jewish movie?
Yeah.
Well, Mary Shelley, who wrote the novel, based it on the medieval Jewish legend of the golem, made from clay of the earth and brought to life by a magic incantation from a rabbi to serve humanity, but
Then it gets out of control.
was feared, hated, abused, turned bad, had to be destroyed.
What about Young Frankenstein? Same thing?
Well, actually, no. I think the Young Frankenstein was probably inspired by Gene Wilder eating too many tacos on a Saturday night.
And Mr. Farrakhan, Marty Feldman?
Marty Feldman, Jewish, but funny with the eye. I really enjoyed The Wandering Eye.
Anything on The Wizard of Oz? I mentioned that. We had that out in the hopper earlier.
Why is The Wizard of Oz a Jewish movie? The thing about the silver standard, the gold standard, too confusing for me. Don't believe it. Thank you very much, Bill.
Bio. Bye-bye.
Bio now.
Bio.
Mm-hmm. All right, we'll get back to the final Oscar picks. The minister still has to do Best Picture, Actor, and Actress.
All the big categories still to come. Minister Farrakhan picks. It's an annual thing here.
Based on the number of Jews in the production of the movie.
Here's Jim.
Mayor Daley supporting police who arrested 19-year-old Jeremiah Meirday last week. He says they acted properly, but he's also calling for an end to the rhetoric. For instance, Police Union President Bill Nolan has called Meirday a scumbag. Scary moments for the president in Africa. Maybe you saw it. He was in Ghana when a crowd of 500,000 people came out to see him, and some people rushed up close to him. A woman was trampled at one point, the crush so severe, the president himself shouting for people to get back. He's okay. At least 2 are dead in Oregon, where 2 excursion rafts flipped over in turbulent waters, and helicopter rescuers have found some other rafters who have apparently been clinging to the side of a cliff for hours. Helicopter carrying a little girl to the hospital in Los Angeles crashed today, killing her and 3 crew members. And a Florida woman claims it's her constitutional right to be a prostitute. She had taken her case all the way to the Supreme Court, but the justices have refused to hear her appeal. She claimed the laws banning prostitution discriminated against women who want to sell their bodies, and it discriminates against single men and ugly men who want to use them. It's Oscar night. They say for the first time in a few years, everybody's going to have to go through a metal detector. Even the nominees and the celebrities. Purses will be x-rayed, guards everywhere. They don't say why they're more concerned now than they were in the last few years, but they are. Bulls host Boston tonight. Blackhawks are at Detroit. Traffic and weather next. WLS News Time, 4:36.
Hello, Steve. Hey there, Stevie. Oh, not you guys again. You're stuck in toll booth traffic again, Steve. But look to your left. See those happy people sailing through the toll booth without stopping? They have iPass transponders, Steve. That could be you.
Don't listen to him. You don't need to sail through toll booths. What's the hurry?
Look, it was that attitude that made me late for my wedding.
You tell him, Steve.
Hey, you're the one who talked me into getting married.
Call 1-800-UC-IPASS and get an iPass transponder. Your tolls will be deducted electronically so you can drive right through.
Hey, nothing wrong with stopping. You stand still, smell the carbon monoxide. Just plain devil's advocate, man.
I'll do it. 1-800-UCI-PASS.
Good decision, Steve. Now let's talk about getting you to the gym once in a while.
Oh, Stevie, this germ's in the gym.
1-800-UCI-PASS. It's the faster way to go.
Don't you just love getting calls at the most incredibly inconvenient times from people asking you for money?
South Holland Bank 24-hour loan line. This is Susan. You need money for a new car? No, I don't mind that it's 2 a.m. Really, it's okay. Now, I'll just ask you for some information, and chances are you can pick up your check at one of South Holland Bank's locations tomorrow. So, let's start with your full name, sir. Hello? Are you still awake?
South Holland Bank's 24-hour loan line. Call toll-free 1-888-LOAN-842 anytime, 7 days a week, for a low-rate auto loan or just about any kind of consumer loan. That's 1-888-LOAN-842.
We love getting calls from people asking us for money. Anytime.
South Holland Bank. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Now WLS traffic at 4:38. Here's Kim Denno.
And the Edens inbound, 45 minutes from Lake Cook Road to the junction. Traffic heavy from Lake Cook Road to Winnetka with 2 accidents. One accident at Dundee and then another accident at Winnetka. The outbound lanes are 27 minutes. The Kennedy, 30 minutes out to O'Hare. Traffic heavy Pulaski to Sayre. The inbound trip, 27 minutes. The Eisenhower showing delays outbound from Costner to Mannheim. 30 minutes to Mannheim, 45 minutes to Route 53. It's the same back in. Stevenson outbound slow from the Dan Ryan to Pulaski, 30 minutes to the Tri-State. And the Dan Ryan outbound Eastbound slow from the Circle to the Stevenson, also 43rd to 83rd. It's 30 minutes to 95th. The inbound just 15 minutes from 95th Street to the Circle. This report brought to you by John Deere. Start thinking spring now with a visit to your local John Deere dealer who has everything in walk-behind and riding mowers. Remember, nothing runs like a Deere. When you're on the go and need to know, Chicago's News Talk 89 WLS.
WLS Chicagoland weather could get some flurries this afternoon. Cold tonight, cloudy but a bit warmer tomorrow. Then quite a bit of a warm-up begins throughout the rest of the week. We'll be in the 60s here Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Some rain off and on, though. Meanwhile, low tonight 23, high tomorrow 45. Right now at O'Hare 42, Midway 39, DuPage 41. Here along the lakefront at WLS it's 40. Next traffic and weather at 4:50. Then I'm back at 5 o'clock with my full package. News, weather, traffic. I'm Jim Johnson. News Talk 89 WLS.
Here's a quiz. See if you can guess the answer. Every man cherishes it. He is more confident because of it. He's more masculine, more energetic, and more comfortable around women. It is crucial to his self-esteem. He will go to great lengths to keep it, including surgery, weird potions, and harmful drugs. Every man's greatest fear is losing it because the embarrassment is unbearable. And the answer is not his hair. It's male potency. But now there's Strenix. Strenix is the only standardized male potency formula listed in the non-prescription edition of the Physician's Desk reference. And now this all-natural formula is available to you risk-free. I repeat, now you can order Strenix risk-free by calling 1-800-897-7271. If you order today, you'll have 90 days to prove Strenix works for you or your money back. Call 1-800-897-7271. That's 1-800-897-7271 for Strenix.
Howard, why don't we pull into that Burger King and get breakfast?
You know, I love all that breakfast stuff at Burger King, but I want a burger for breakfast, like a big beefy Whopper.
Howard, it's 7:30 in the morning. You have to have breakfast food. It's the way of the world.
It doesn't have to be. One day a hero will come along and lead us out of the breakfast wilderness. A hero called Breakfast Man.
Breakfast Man?
Yes, Breakfast Man. Champion of breakfast diversity. He will show all of us that it's okay to wake up and say, today I want burgers for breakfast. I want to have it my way all day.
Whatever you say, dear.
Right now, you can get the delicious flame-broiled Whopper sandwich first thing in the morning at Burger King. So don't wait until lunch or dinner. Have it your way all day with the great taste of the Whopper.
Welcome to Burger King. Right now, we have our flame-broiled Whopper available every morning. Would you like to try one?
It's you, Breakfast Man!
Excuse me, sir?
Just ignore him.
Have it your way all day with burgers for breakfast. The flame-broiled Whopper, now available in the morning at participating Burger King restaurants. Burger King, it just tastes better.
Introducing the new Olsen Rug Shop at Home No Pressure jingle, sung by the biggest group of no pressure people ever assembled, starting with our own no commission, no pressure salespeople.
Olsen Rug Shop at Home. Olsen Rug Shop at Home.
Now the sweet innocent children.
It's just like getting a hug. Call 888 Olsen Rug.
Trappist monks.
Olsen Rug Shop at Home. Olsen Rug Shop at Home.
Sex therapists.
Just pure love. Call 888 Olsen Rug.
Benign extraterrestrials.
You'll get your money's worth from the nicest pure on earth.
Let's all join in.
Olsen Rug Shop at Home. Olsen Rug Shop at Home.
No commission, no pressure. Olsen Rug Shop at Home. Everything about us will floor you.
Call 888 Olsen Rug. Olsen Rug Shop at Home. Olsen Rug Shop at Home.
News and talk. Chicago's News Talk 89 WLS.
You want me to produce your war? Not a war. It's a pageant. We need a theme, a song, some visuals. We need, it's like the Oscars. That's where we came to you.
Roe and Gary on the Big 89 join WLS in the Illinois chapter of the Leukemia Society. During our Cure the Kids Week, call 1-800-891-7185 now to make your donation. Or join us throughout the day Friday to help cure the kids on News Talk 89 WLS. Minister Farrakhan is making his Oscar picks.
That's a nice thing for you to do for the children, Garry Meiers.
Oh, thank you. That's a compliment, huh? That doesn't happen too often.
I still hate your guts, but that's all right.
Okay. So where are we in the Oscar picks?
Let's see. We were, excuse me. We had done supporting actress. Did we do support? We didn't do supporting actor yet. All right.
Wasn't that Burt Reynolds?
Did we do that? Oh, yeah, we did.
Yeah,
Robin Williams. That's right. You chose Robin. That's right. He's hairy. Let's see. By the way, Robert Forrester, who was in Amistad.
He wanted to be. He just didn't know how to steer the boat.
Robert Forrester's in Jackie Brown. Was he in Star Trek? What the hell was he in?
He was in something big in the 70s or 80s, TV show.
What was he in that everybody would know him from? I think it was Star Trek, wasn't it?
Star Trek.
After a long absence, he's back.
He's been teaching drama.
You saw that movie too, right, Jim?
Excellent.
Jackie Brown?
He's seen everything.
You like Jackie Brown?
Oh, excellent.
I heard mixed reviews about that.
Well, just listen to me. It's excellent.
Of course you didn't like it, because it had Pam Grier in it. You know, I
was
used
great.
I used to love Pam
She was in
Grier.
action movies.
Oh, I loved her. She's a fabulous little actress.
Brown Sugar.
And Samuel Jackson, excellent.
I don't like him.
Why?
Robert De Niro, excellent. He was in that.
Why don't you like Samuel Jackson?
I'll get to that. Tom's on WLS.
Minister Farrakhan, how are you today?
Hello, Tom.
Hey, Robert, let's see, F-O-R-E-S-T-E-R. No, there's 8 letters in his
You're
name.
stretching now. Come on.
Oh, I'm trying hard. He starred in SWAT.
SWAT?
He was in
Yeah,
SWAT?
it was about these... It was LAPD Special Weapons.
Yeah, I remember the show SWAT. Had a cool theme.
Everybody wanted to just go shoot everybody. Yeah.
By the way, Forrester
today.
has 7 letters in it.
Oh, it does?
This is in the 70s, and then he's out of the limelight for 20 years, comes back and gets nominated. How do you do that?
I don't know.
Did he audition for this movie and bingo?
No, the director was a fan
Quentin
of his.
Tarantino goes back and tries to revive these careers,
Yeah,
right?
plucked
That's
out
his deal.
him and Pam Grier.
And Travolta.
Thank you, Tom.
Thank you.
Now, Ted says Tom's an idiot. Hello, Ted.
Hi, guys. It's your buddy from Channel 50, Ted, to tell you that Robert Forrester has not been in a successful series. He had 2 shows in the 70s, one called Banyan, one called Nokia. They were both...
Nokia?
Nokia.
I love that show.
He was an American Indian detective in New Mexico, and Banyan was a 30s detective show. But he has not had a successful hit series. He was kind of just...
And you would know because you run all those shows over at 50.
Not that bad.
Okay, well, you would know.
No, that's that new...
You get the catalog on all these TV shows that they want to sell, and you rejected all those.
Yes.
Yeah.
I also have a book called there's a book that has all the directory of all the primetime shows. But I know him. I remember him from Banyan, seeing that somewhere in some cable station, and I looked up in the index. And,
Robert Forrester.
Yes.
He was not... I thought... But he looks like some guy who was on Star Trek, right?
If you need that to make yourself happy, Ro, go with it.
I only watched the Star Trek with LeVar Burton. Is that on your little television station, Ted?
Yes, it is.
I enjoy that greatly.
It's a very good show.
Ted, are you still thinking about doing some of this, or what?
You guys doing anything on Channel 7 again? Because
As soon as they return our calls, we're going to have something. But until then, we're talking to you.
Yeah, you're our next pick to click, Ted.
I need to see a little more work, and then I can...
See a little more work. What else do you need to see?
What do you want? Nudity? What do you want?
Something maybe live, or so you have time to...
we'll be more than happy to do that.
Sure, we can do live.
Okay.
All right, Ted. Ted, you hold on. Let's get your telephone number. We'll be talking.
And Channel 50 is like on my cable system, number 8.
That's right.
Channel 8. That's
right,
not bad.
Right next
7,
to
8. We're just working up the dial.
Right.
It's time that we did something with Ted. He's got the color cameras. Let's go.
All right, we're in. Get Ted's phone number.
We'll host a Three Stooges marathon, whatever it takes.
Well, or we'll do a live audience show. I think that's what he's going for there. We'd like to do a live audience
like
show.
Howard Beale.
You gentlemen are pathetic. Isn't that the station that just canceled my favorite talk show at night, Vibe?
Yes, I think it is.
That Keenan Ivory Williams was too dirty for me.
He's filthy, isn't he?
Very. All right, let's do Best Actress here. Best Actress, you got your Helena Bonham Carter from Wings of the Dove. By the way,
got a fax from Sue. It says, Rowan Gary, Wings of a Dove is the money version of Les Miserables. The money version, or is that Mooney? The movie version, I'm sorry. It's neither or neither.
You need glasses in your old
look
age,
at that.
Garry Meiers.
Look at that. That looks like an end, doesn't it?
That looks like a movie to me.
The movie version.
Yeah. That's what it would be.
Who wants to see that? Who wants to see that, huh?
I don't know. Well, Helena Bonham Carter is kind of a hot little number.
I just picture her having hair all over the place. She probably has a mustache.
No, I think she's kind of cute.
Don't you think so?
Oh, she was in
I'll
that.
bet she has a mustache,
What was that Merchant Ivory? Jews right there, by the way. Merchant, just listen to that name. Merchant Ivory film that she
Merchant Ivory. This is a Roe movie minute. What?
You know, the Merchant Ivory guys. They made all those movies that won all those. They won all the Oscars in the 1980s. Those guys.
I don't know.
They were always being nominated. I don't know how
No
many
wonder you have such great Oscar parties. You know,
I know everything
about the movies.
He stalks Roger Ebert.
Merchant Ivory. They did that. She was in one of those. A Room with a View. Room with a View, which was. Did you ever see that? That was good.
I remember it so long
She's kind
ago.
of a hot little number. She's kind of. I read an interview with her recently that was.
Doesn't it look like she have a mustache though?
No.
I mean, she just looks
I like her.
Okay.
And then I was just reading a interview with Kate Winslet in Rolling Stone, which now all of a sudden I can start reading again because it's not about.
Yeah, I read the Jack
Fugees all
Nicholson
day long.
interview. They're back to something you want to read.
Right.
And all the print is an up and down and all sizes. One print, let's go.
It was, the Rolling Stone was just talking about guys that we didn't care about. Now they're talking about guys we care about, so we're reading it again.
Yeah, because
anyway,
18-year-olds don't buy that junk.
she and Leo DiCaprio on the set of Titanic, they would snuggle under a blanket together and talk about sex.
Yeah, different techniques.
Yeah, sexual techniques. What's that?
But he's not showing up tonight. He doesn't want to cause a frenzy. Ooh.
You know, even with a couple of pounds on her, I think she's very sexy, Kate Winslet.
Yeah, she's attractive.
Even if, if she was 185 pounds when she was 16, I'll bet she was still a strikingly good-looking woman at that. 185 pounds.
Already attractive women look better with a couple extra pounds on,
I
gentlemen.
think that's kind of sexy.
Some of these women are just too skinny.
That's right.
Yeah, you don't want to beat yourself to death. You want to have fun.
You people are disgusting. Can we continue here?
Yeah,
I don't
you
have all day.
are reading the nominees here.
Louis Farrakhan movie picks. All right, Helena Bonham Carter for The Wings of the Dove. Julie Christie for Afterglow.
Huh?
Wasn't she in Get Christie Love?
No. She hasn't been around for a million years either.
Who the hell is she?
I know.
Who is she? What was she
Well, that's
in?
why you're not going to see her up on stage tonight.
What was she in originally that we should know about her? They said a big comeback for Julie Christie.
Dr. Zhivago. Dr. Zhivago,
Oh, she was in
1964.
Shampoo. She was. I thought Goldie Hawn was in Shampoo.
She was. But Beatty was doing them all. Remember that?
Yeah, I do
He had
remember.
the hair blower right in his paints.
Dame Judi Dench for Mrs.
Whenever
Brown.
I get a dame like that, you just don't think they're going to be pleasant if you meet them. Dame.
Well, she was also in she's now M in those new Bond films. She plays the head of the British.
She is?
Yeah. Secret Service in the Bond films.
Okay, whatever that's worth.
It's not worth a dime. All right, so that Mrs. Brown, that's what that guy... No, wait a second. That Mrs. Brown movie, that's kind of interesting because that's what that guy, that Australian comic that used to have the sitcom on ABC. Remember that dude?
Yeah.
Billy... whatever his name is, and he's like in a movie. It's like... I saw the trailer for this one. I saw the commercials for this movie, and I thought, man, that guy looks familiar. And it's that guy from the Bad sitcom. He took over...
What is this,
from
a
Howard
one-person
Hessman.
Your head is starting on fire.
Billy Connolly took over for Howard Hessman and head of the class. Remember that? You don't remember
Okay,
anything.
great.
You don't care.
Comes
All right,
up
here we
with
go.
an idea, asks a question, answers it, gets it wrong.
Here we go. Actress. Mrs. Brown. Let's see. We had Judi Dench. Helen Hunt for As Good as It Gets, and Kate Winslet for Titanic. Well, as far as I can tell, there is not a single Jew in this pack.
So you can't pick anybody?
Very
Oh,
tough for me.
it's easy to pick then.
Helen Hunt works with a Jew in Mad About You. I am going
That cancels her out?
with Kate Winslet for Titanic. I think that's a bad choice.
Helen Hunt, I think, is going to get it.
Helen Hunt is, or Scottish. I'm sorry, it's not Australian. It's Scottish, kind of like it. I think Helen Hunt gets it for As Good as It Gets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. All right, Matt Damon for actor, Good Will Hunting. Robert Duvall, The Apostle. Peter Fonda, Yuli's Gold. Dustin Hoffman, well, you know how I feel about that, for Wag the Dog. And Jack Nicholson for As Good as It Gets.
Nicholson.
That's a close one.
I think I'm going with Nicholson, too.
I think Nicholson, but boy, Fonda was good.
You saw that one?
Yeah.
Yuli's Gold?
Like two theaters for about 20 minutes.
Excellent movie. And
He's a
he won't
beekeeper?
get it. Yeah, he won't get it because it wasn't widely seen, and the vehicle, the movie wasn't as good as
The
It
vehicle.
Gets.
See, he's been seeing a lot of movies. He knows how to say that.
I
The
see 'em all.
vehicle.
And but he was excellent. Jack Nicholson was excellent also, so it'll go to Jack.
When you haven't seen it yet, bro, Jack Nicholson plays an obsessive-compulsive person. But I did like the way he decorated his apartment in this movie.
Well, yes.
What does that make
like
me?
You're not obsessive-compulsive
And
at
he
all.
dressed very nice.
When we
Yeah,
walk
his
into the
clothes.
studio, Gary turns on and off the lights about 100 times. Did you ever see that in 60 Minutes? The guys are turning on and off the lights. That's what Gary does. Then he vacuums for about half an hour.
He won't get a pet unless he can get a vacuum device on the pet's butt.
Do they make those?
If they do, you
That's
just
the only
plug
way
them
I'll
into
get
the
a
wall
pet.
with your,
Jack Nicholson in the movie has cassettes, and did you see albums? Were those albums on the floor? They had a brief shot which looked like 12-inch albums, the old albums, stacked very neatly. Now I've got albums and I just put them in a closet. I don't want to see them. But he had cassettes and albums stacked very neatly and looked good. I liked it.
And he carried his own plastic silverware, which Gary liked.
Well, my wife was looking at this going, who do I see on the screen here?
You know what you need? You need shock treatment. Either that or the ice pick up the nose and they scramble the front of your brain.
Then I'll be dating one of the Kennedys.
One of those two things. All right, so for Minister, what do you say? Peter Fonda.
What?
I like Peter Fonda. Ever since 5 Easy Pieces. Was he in 5 Easy Pieces?
That was Jack Nicholson.
Yeah.
Oh.
You mean
I'm going with
Easy
Peter
Rider.
Fonda. That's right, Easy. I knew it was
Yeah, the
easy.
Easy Right.
It was Easy something. Easy
hasn't been
Rider.
in the movie anybody's
Peter
seen since.
Fonda. I'm going with Peter Fonda. Yuli's Gold. It's just fun to say. Yuli's Gold, Peter Fonda. All right. Here's the big one. Best Picture. As Good as It Gets, The Full Monty, Good Will Hunting, L.A. Confidential, and Titanic.
Got to go with Full Monty.
Yeah, that'll come from
How
behind.
did that get in there? I mean, it's a great movie. I saw it, but how does that get in
That's not
there?
going to do it.
No.
It's going to be Titanic because the people that vote are the ones that have to go to these studio people and ask for money. So they're going to endorse the Titanic movie because that means more money for them. See how this works? Yeah.
I say Good Will Hunting wins because it's got Monkey Man Robin Williams in it.
He was good.
My favorite actor of all time.
On that note, Mr. Farrakhan, thank you for stopping by.
Well, thank you for coming.
We'll see you at your Oscar party tonight.
Thank you for coming and asking me to be on this very program today.
We'll leave our shoes out in the front on the yard, in the yard, okay?
Now, how can you have it, Minister, with all due respect, how do you have an Oscar party without Jews? Really? How can you do that? Isn't that disrespectful? You're pathetic, Ruka.
It's not a very good party, is it? Tomorrow's high, 45. Kim?
And on eastbound I-80, 94 in Indiana, we have a rolled over semi in the right lane near Grant Street. Traffic slow from Burr Street to Grant Street. And Lake Forest, there's an accident on Sheridan Road just south of McCormick Drive, a pretty bad accident. Elgin